Weather alert. You are watching 13 on your side.
As you just heard, welcome to that weather alert. Good evening, happy holidays from all of us over here at 13 on your side. Still in the midst of these blizzard-like conditions. If you've been around, it's felt like 2 days. 2 days have felt like 2 years that we've been dealing with the storm. You got your snow boots still at the ready there, Michael. What can we expect to deal with moving forward?
Yeah, unfortunately for us here in Kent County, Ottawa County, and into Allegan County, we're looking at more snowfall as we enter the next several hours. In fact, blizzard conditions continuing. This view in Muskegon, not too bad at the moment, but most of the region does still remain under a blizzard warning at this time. That warning going to continue until 7 o'clock tonight for the counties in red. Calhoun County till 7 p.m. under a winter storm warning and winter weather advisories for Mecosta, Montcalm, and Ionia, all still till 7 o'clock. As far as what we've seen today, some really hazardous travel out there. Tony took this picture in Allegan County plowing the roads. The wrecker got struck on the side of the road, and that's what they've been telling people, is to expect emergency services not to be able to get to you in some of these conditions. This was a view from Doug in Zeeland Township. The snow drifted up over his car. Another view from one of his cameras out there showed snow up to the doors and most of the windows on a Chevrolet pickup truck. That is probably about a good 5-6 foot of snow drift out there in Zeeland Township. We've also seen drifting in Kentwood. This picture from Nicole showing the drifts out there outside the apartment complex, and a big snow overhang in Walker from Jenna with drifting out in the neighborhood as well. As far as what we are expecting is, well, more of these conditions. So if you get any photos, make sure you send them my way on social media. We'll share them here on the air, but we got more snow still to come, and that's going to add on top of what has already been a foot-plus snow event in many locations, including over 15 inches in Grand Rapids. The winds still blowing that snow around too. Winds of 30+ mile per hour gusting through West Michigan at this hour, reducing visibility in downtown Grand Rapids and also again in Muskegon, but they're dealing with a little bit better conditions now than not too long ago. The radar at this hour shows heavy lake effect snow bands continuing to push through. Charlie, we're going to track the snow to come coming up in your full forecast.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Michael. Good thing Santa's taking the sleigh and not the SUV tonight. Certainly be careful if you do have to be out there on the roads tonight. He just mentioned several of those hazards. Traffic does remain pretty light as long as you do take it slow. Taking a live look at our traffic map. Average speeds on the highways, you can see, remain at about 40 miles per hour with, a lot fewer crashes than we have seen over the last few days in many of those same locations. You can stay up to date on the latest traffic conditions, as always, on our website, 13onyourside.com. Now, throughout this storm, many across Grand Rapids have already used emergency shelters to keep warm as the temperatures have just plummeted. Mel Trotter Ministry says last night alone they served more than 500 people. The outreach team has also been out on the streets helping those who may not know where to go. Mel Trotter says whether people take shelter with them or not, they are making sure everyone has what they need to weather the storm and stay out of the elements.
They're out as early as 10 o'clock in the morning, out as late as 9 o'clock at night, connecting with anybody in the streets, in parks, doorways, anywhere where we can find somebody who's not being sheltered right now, and offering them a ride back to the missions or into our day centers, as well as providing any supplies if they just refuse to come with us, and make sure that they're as safe as possible out in these elements.
Mel Trotter's main campus is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 225 Commerce Avenue Southwest. Now, in addition to Mel Trotter, Kent County has released a list of other warming shelters in place across the area this weekend. The L&O Club of Kent County, Degage Ministries, Exodus Place, and Heartside Ministry will all be open during the holiday. Their hours are posted there on your screen. God's Kitchen will be open through Saturday from 12:30 to 2 in the afternoon. You can find the full list up on 13onyourside.com. There is a kind of resource for you. Well, Saturday morning brought some anxiety, unfortunately, for Pound Buddies in Muskegon. On the side of their building, snow drifts covered the kennels and the walkways the organization uses for letting their furry friends out. Those were around 10 feet deep, but strangers, Micah, answered that call and helped dig the shelter out after they took their plea to Facebook. Micah Cho joining us live in the studio tonight. Micah, really this story kind of encompasses really that Christmas spirit, right?
Especially, it was like a Christmas present for Pound Buddies. About 40 community members who saw the Facebook plea showed up with shovels and snowblowers in hand to help them out. Pound Buddies director Lana Carson said they made their Facebook post at around 9 o'clock Saturday morning to help get the snow cleared. Prior to those 40 Good Samaritans helping clear snow, there were only about 3 people from Pound Buddies shoveling snow. Those 10-foot snowdrifts that prevented the staff from taking the dogs outside also damaged some kennels at the shelter. Carson told me they were extremely grateful for everyone that came out, helping get that snow out of the way just in over an hour and a half.
So we just didn't know what we were going to do, so we put that post out, and people started coming up, and then those tears turned into tears of joy. I mean, they absolutely rocked it. It was amazing. We cannot thank everybody enough.
Another thing to mention, that snow that was covering up heating vents that lets carbon monoxide out of the building. If that snow wasn't cleared, it could have backed up into the building. And coming up tonight at 11, we'll talk with some of the Good Samaritans that spent their Christmas Eve helping dig out Pound Buddies. In studio, Micah Cho, 13 on your side.
Great to see that. Thanks for that report, Micah. Well, despite the whipping winds out there, road commissions across West Michigan have been working tirelessly, doing their best to keep the roads clear and safe. We caught a ride with the folks doing the heavy lifting in Kent County earlier on, and that eye-opening ride along through the streets of Grand Rapids is next.